Fellow Toastmasters, I ask you, what is this? Is this a moon as a backdrop at a play? Is it a frisbee? Well, this is the shade of the light fixture of my laundry room. And this past weekend, this is what gave my husband and I lots of trouble. In fact, it's been giving us trouble for about 7 years. 7 years ago, we built our house. And if you've ever had to go to a lighting store to pick out light fixtures, it can be overwhelming. You walk into this large space and they're just hanging everywhere, thousands of them. And at first it's fun. It's interesting to, look up, you're in awe, you're like, oh, I like that one, I like that one, I like that one. Then you gotta decide which ones you want in which room. And it can be overwhelming. Do you want the black one, or do you want to go with pewter, or do you want to go with silver brushed nickel as the shade? And you start making decisions, and finally you get tired of it. You just don't want to make any more decisions about light fixtures. I got down to the laundry room, and I was like, I just don't want to decide. Hey, builder, just choose one. Put one up there. It's just a laundry room. I don't care. Sure enough, this was the light fixture he picked. And there's 2 of them up in my laundry room. And when I walked in, they looked pretty nice. Hey, they're great. I didn't have to choose it. That was the best part. Well, about 2 years went by, and the light bulb went out in it. So we get the ladder out, the shorter ladder. Unfortunately, my husband and I are both vertically challenged. So the shorter ladder didn't work. We had to get the bigger, heavier ladder. Brought that in, set it up, climb up the ladder, take off the shade to discover there's these donut-shaped light tubes, light bulbs in there. So you get it off the ladder, you go to the hardware store, you get the right one, you come back, get up there again, put it on. Okay, well, this should be good. They're fluorescents. They should last, right? Maybe, another year and a half or 2 go by, and the bulb goes out again. Great. So we got to do the whole thing again, get the ladder, get up there. This time I was a little wiser. I decided to write down the date that I put that bulb in, so I'd know if there was a problem. And sure enough, again, went out, got up there. It had been only like 18 to 20 months, and this light fixture, the bulb was going out. So we figured there's got to be something wrong with that light fixture. Let's just get a replacement. Head out to the hardware store. Don't carry it at the one hardware store. Got to go to the other one to get the right light fixture. And we got to replace the ballast and all that. Get an electrician involved. Pay him the big money. Put that fixture up. This past weekend, once again, the light bulb went out. So after some discussion, my husband and I went up there, decided to try to figure out what was wrong. After some conversations, decided we were just going to replace them completely. We are not going, we want a different light fixture, one that doesn't go out all the time and cause all these headaches. So I walk into Lowe's, and everywhere I see advertisements for LED. LED this, LED that. Like, wow, I guess LEDs are here. Walk down to, where they have this type of stuff, and there's an LED fixture, and I think, well, do they have any bulbs? I'm not sure. How long are they supposed to last? So I asked the guy, and he says, yeah, these new LED fixtures, first of all, don't have any bulbs, so you don't have to replace them. And if you leave it on permanently, though, like 24 hours a day, 7 years without having to replace a light fixture. And if you only use it 3 hours a day, he said, it would last 20 years. I was like, wow, this is great. And we're climbing up that ladder and changing those bulbs. So I just thought that was fantastic. And I'm happy to say that LEDs are here. I also did a little bit of research today on LEDs. First of all, the traditional type of bulbs, the type that Albert Einstein invented, incandescents, they waste most of their energy in heat. In fact, incandescents give off 90% of their energy in heat, and fluorescents waste about 80% in heat. So if you had a $100 bill, if your bill was $100 to light up a room, 80% of your bill goes to the heat that bulb emits. Whereas if you go with LEDs, which are 80% efficient, you would only be paying $20 to light up that same room. A big plus. Now, LEDs also remain cool. And they have no glass components, so they're not going to break. They're more ecologically friendly. You know, with those fluorescents, they got that mercury in there. You got to take them back and recycle them. They also operate in extreme cold and hot temperatures. Cold, I don't know if you have experienced this, but if you have fluorescents outside in your yard and it gets to be really cold in the wintertime, those things don't turn on. Additionally, they turn on right away. There's instant lighting. There's none of this fluorescent blink, blink, blink. You turn that switch and those LEDs are on. And when you turn it on and off a LED, it doesn't reduce the life expectancy of the bulb like it does with fluorescents. And so I say, fellow Toastmasters, next time you're at the hardware store, consider an LED fixture.
Thank you, Anjali. And we'll go ahead and get a quick time report. Did all of our speakers qualify, Ms. Taylor?
They did. Our first two had a hard 5 to 7 minutes, and they both met that. Anjali had a pocket speech. She gave herself 4 to 6 minutes, but it wasn't required to be within that time frame. She was only 10 seconds beyond what she gave, so yes.
Thank you so much, and appreciate all of our speakers today. It's a very laconic view on life in Toastmasters and the adventures of raising children for 10,000 hours, and also Anjali's experiences with LED lights. And this afternoon, I want to introduce Mr. Grady Field, who will be introducing our evaluators, and they're doing our evaluators.